Hey Gemini. So hopefully the audio and the video sync up this time. I know that it's been really rough. I apologize that all of the other videos are like that. I've been working really hard to fix it. I don't want to use my phone because you can't see the cards. So, and I like that we can have a conversation and see the cards at the same time. It's like coffee talk, right? It's like having a good drink with a good friend. So, Gemini, how are you guys doing? Jupiter is going into Sagittarius in November. That is just opposite your sign. In your house of relationships, if you have been that person that's like, I'm just never going to be in a relationship again because I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I think you might be a little bit surprised in the next year how many offers you start getting. I feel like, see, and they're going to come in quick. What did I say? Eight of Wands. That communication is going to be quick. So you're going to want to be discerning. In November, Mercury is in retrograde. But I think a lot of people put emphasis on Mercury in retrograde. Like, I mean, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I'm a Virgo. So we have that Mercury thing in common. We just use it differently. You guys use it for communication. Virgos use it to analyze the hell out of things and drive themselves insane, right? I think you guys use it in a much better way. I think people get it up in their heads. It's psychosomatic. It doesn't have to be hard. Mercury retrograde doesn't have to be hard. I think if you're prepared for it, and I think if you use that intelligent, amazing brain that you guys have, communication doesn't have to be hard with other people. I think things could be pretty easy for you guys right now. If you're not feeling the easy road, you could be getting some communication from a Capricorn. This is the devil, but it's called the shadow side in this deck. So a lot of times I look at this as what are the things that you're still kind of grappling with within yourself? What are those things that you really need to be honest about with yourself? Mercury retrograde might bring that stuff up. We do still have Venus retrograde. It goes into Libra on October 31st. And then it will go, like it's retrograde backwards into Libra from Scorpio, October 31st. And then it goes direct on November 16th. There will still be a shadow period through November. But so much going on. Mars in Pisces, North Node going into Cancer. So much water energy that's going on here. But there could be some communication that comes in. So we have the Star. I think you're going to like this communication, but for some reason it like hits a nerve within you. I kind of feel like if you're not dealing with an Aquarius or a Capricorn that is communicating with you, I want to say that something is going to help you heal through November. There's some kind of karmic balance. Like the devil is very Saturnian and Saturn is still in Capricorn. Pluto is still in Capricorn. We're still having to deal with all of that. Like needing to look at the deeper, darker sides of who we are and being honest with ourselves. You know, there's a lot of salty people out there these days. I noticed that yesterday. And if I hadn't surrounded myself with people who raised my vibration yesterday, I probably would have been like super salty right back to everyone else. Like seriously, there were some people that I couldn't deal. Like I could not. And I'm sure that you guys have probably been going through the same thing. Man, Venus retrograde in Scorpio has not been a really easy transit, but it's showing the real. It's showing all of the truth. It's showing the things that you have been denying to yourself, either lying to yourself and saying, no, it's cool. I can do this. I'm good with this. I can handle this. Either you're now being honest with yourself about all these things, or people are showing their true colors right and left. And I know that I've been trying to keep myself, like, keep your karma good. Keep your karma good, right? Keep your karma good. Now I have to sneeze. I haven't sneezed, like, all day. That's so weird. Like, my nose just got real itchy. Somebody's got a cold out there or something. I'm just kidding. Page of Pentacles. 9 of Cups. King of Cups. And the 7 of Pentacles. Whew, Gemini. What are you healing from? Are you healing from a water sign that you really, really, really wanted to show up, but they're only bringing you snippets, or they were only bringing you snippets? I feel like if you've been waiting for this person to show up, if they do communicate with you in some way, it will only be to heal the situation. I don't think that this is something, I feel like this was really toxic for you. And if this is somebody that you're still waiting on, I almost want to say this 8 of Wands energy is removing them. Like, whatever communication happened, whatever feelings got involved during Scorpio season, we're still going to be in Scorpio season until the 22nd. So whatever communication is coming up right now that's really showing other people's true colors, and it's also kind of like almost mirroring you in almost a negative way, where you're recognizing, oh my God, I can't act like that kind of person. Like, I'm not going to lower myself to that person's standards. If they're going to act at me like that, that's their karma. I feel like there's somebody who, it's like you really want them in your life, but they're not offering you anything. So you can't wait on it. Like, you have more harvest. You have more harvest coming. You got more harvest coming. Yeah, the Magician. Bam. And if you're not feeling the Magician right now, you will. There is something that is going, like, seriously, some kind of communication is going to come in for you guys in November that's going to shock the hell out of you. It is going to be that spark that lights the fire under your ass, and you're like, I don't even have to deal with the past anymore. I'm not waiting for breadcrumbs anymore. If somebody wants to come at me, they better be giving me a lot more than just what they would give ducks at a pond. I'm sorry. It's like, and you're recognizing this, and you are making it happen. And I feel like part of you, if it was you that communicated something to somebody else, because the Magician is ruled by Mercury, right? And if this communication happens, let's see, right now Mercury, I believe Mercury is in Sagittarius already. I could be wrong. I do know that it's going to be going retrograde in Sagittarius. So it'll be in Sagittarius for a little while. But if you communicated with somebody something during this time, this sparked an opportunity for you to clear some karma out of your life, start to heal some things. Yeah, and this karma clearing, let me tell you guys, it was like victory. And if you're not seeing this as victory, you should. Because it cleared some kind of karmic activity out of your life. Now, if you're dealing with a Capricorn, they're making you feel real, real good. They're making you feel really, really good. And I feel like that could be a communication thing between the two of you. If there's a Capricorn in your life, it's like they see you, they recognize you. There's this balance, give and take, right? There's, don't let your ego get involved, though. Sometimes the six of wands for me is letting your ego get involved, because you're like, no, not just being the bigger person, but being like, no, I'm better than you. Yes, you can be better than them by rising above the whole thing. But, and I'm only saying that because sometimes the Six of Wands can be a little bit, ego driven. But you've got to recognize yourself as someone who has done the work and is manifesting greatness into their life, right? So we have the High Priestess with the star. So this is Aquarius and Pisces. Mars is going into Pisces from Aquarius. This could be that moment, and I think that's like November 16th that that's happening. I think your intuition is going to be on point in the middle of November when this happens. I think that you're going to recognize, damn, I really do have everything that I want in my life. If you sit in the present moment and you look around and you're like, wow, I made all of this happen for myself and I didn't need somebody else to give me peanuts, right? I didn't need, if it's an earth sign that's giving you some peanuts that you wanted them to be bigger, or it's a water sign, you wanted them to be bigger for you and you waited for it. I don't think you're going to wait anymore. I think that you're planting new seeds. I think that this Page of Pentacles just wasn't good enough for you. And I think that you learned a lot of lessons with it. Sometimes pages are the ones that have to learn the hardest lessons. And now you're like, well, I think that you're in the position of this healing aspect, this sitting in your intuition and being in this healing aspect is like, now what is it that I truly want in my life? I don't want it to be fuzzy. I don't want it to be in a Seven of Cups, fuzzy kind of way. I want it to be something that I can depend on, that's going to sit well with me. Anytime I make a decision in my life these days, I make sure I'm at full peace in my soul about it. And if I'm not, I sit with it and I wait and I go back to it the next day. I put it away, go back to it the next day. If I'm still trying to grapple with the same decision the next day, I'm like, no, I still don't feel good about it. I'm going to sit with it, go to the next, and I let myself do that 3 times. Because you always got to have boundaries, even with yourself, because you can get your ego involved. But you need to sit with all of the decisions, all of the opportunities, all of the things that are coming into your life and be like, are they big enough for me? Because this is just a page. And you're like, I don't want the page anymore. I want to have a full-blown Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands up here. You're making the Ace of Wands. You're giving yourself the Ace of Wands. Right? Somebody else needs to come at you in that same high vibration. And you're recognizing that. You're seeing that. Because what you've always wanted is not fulfilling you anymore. There is so much new. There's so much new that you want. And you're recognizing that. And that's like, I just want to keep, for some reason, I think I said that like 3 times. You're recognizing that. And I think it's been so unclear up until now how unfulfilled you truly were in the situations you were in. You're like, I want more. 9 of Cups with this Page of Cups. You add those cups together and it's 10 cups, right? But you got to give it back to yourself first, because the Page of Cups is saying, I want more fulfillment in my life. I know what I want and I want to be fulfilled. And if I'm not fulfilled by somebody else, they got to go. And now it's time for you to fill up your cup. You turn that Page of Cups into an Ace, right? Or you turn that Page of Cups and the 9 of Cups into the 10 of Cups. So let's see who the King of Cups is. Ooh, yeah, this person got you stuck. You have a decision to make. And I feel like if you don't release the energy of this King of Cups in your life, you're going to be waiting on that happiness. 2 of Swords on the King of Cups. You know what's really funny? This is that stagnant moment where you're not seeing everything fully. This is where you're trying to make that decision, but you're like, I'm not at peace with it yet. It's okay. You don't have to make the decision right now, but the longer you wait, the harder it's going to be. And the longer you wait, the harder it's going to get to the 10 of Cups. Remember what I said here? 9 of Cups and Page of Cups equals 10 cups. That's what you're planting now. You are manifesting and now waiting for your 10 of Cups happiness. And I don't think it's in this King of Cups, because I think the King of Cups is stopping you from getting to this 10 of Cups. I think the King of Cups is the person that made you unfulfilled. Right? Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Knight of Pentacles. The Hermit. The Sun. 9 of Pentacles. 2 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles. Strength. Ooh. All right. if there's a Virgo that's coming into your life very, very slowly, I kind of feel like the reason why they're coming so slowly, like you got to understand, Virgos are initiating their own independence right now too. Like it's a big deal for earth signs right now to kind of stand on their own, because with all this water energy going on, it's like trudging through mud. You know, water and earth, when it comes together, it's just a big mud pile, right? And it can get real, real dirty. Mud can also, it depends on what kind of mud it is. It can be really soothing for your skin. You know, you go to those spas and the mud, you know, whatever. But I digress. I don't feel like the Virgo or the earth sign here is a bad idea. I just want you to know that if they're kind of like initiating their own independence in their own world right now, things are going to go really, really slowly, especially if it is a Virgo. If it's a Capricorn, either way, they're coming in slowly, methodically, steadily, right? But they also want, it's like their whole as well. You know, you always want somebody to come at you that's 100% whole. And I think you're recognizing how independent they are, but you're also recognizing how independent you need to be. Once you both are whole within yourselves and you guys come together, you can make a great energy. But you can't do it alone. If this has to do with work and it's not relationships, I feel like keeping to yourself right now while you're working is going to help you make easier decisions. I think if there's too much confusion and too much chaos around you, you might be vacillating too much about what you need to be, what kind of decisions you need to be making. You might be like throwing the balls up in the air too much and too many ideas rolling around all at once, right? So it's time to get super discerning as a Virgo would. Go to the top of the mountain by yourself. You know, get the answers from the divine with your using your intuition, and then bring the answers down from the mountain and give it to all the people, right? That's what an evolved Virgo does. If you're dealing with an unevolved, a devolved Virgo, I don't feel like you are, but if that's the person that's from your past and you're dealing with a devolved Virgo, I feel like they're trying to like inch their way back into their life. You're going to have to be very, very discerning. During this time, so we have Strength, the Queen of Cups, the King of Pentacles, the Moon, and the Six of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. I think your past keeps wanting to come back to you in some way. And if you're confused about a water sign, if you're confused about an earth sign, I don't think you're going to get all the answers. I honestly don't. Like, I don't think the answers are going to come to you. It could be a Leo also. We also have Leo here. But if you are, because the Knight of Wands could be a Leo energy. It is Sagittarius, but it could be a Leo energy. You're being called to gain your inner strength. You're being called to really look at everything that you want in your life and manifest it from a place of peace and manifest it from a place of strength, because the energy is right to do that. And if you bother yourself with other people that keep on getting in the mess, in the way, it's just going to be even more confusing, right? I feel like by the time your full moon comes during Sagittarius season, I think it's the end of November sometime. I think that you probably will, by the end of November, things will come to light. I think the Gemini full moon is going to be really, really big for you to start releasing a lot of things. I think you're super emotional over somebody that you really kind of put, they were very significant in your life. I don't want to say that you put them on a pedestal, because I don't feel like that, but they were so significant in your life. And I think the answers might come to you during that full moon, where you can actually release the energy 100% and like breathe again, right? Because you don't want your past to keep coming in and out of your life. The Knight of Wands on the Six of Cups. You don't want this energy to keep coming in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Right? This is the confusion. This is where we get to the Seven of Cups because we don't even know what to think anymore. There's too much going on. And you don't need that confusion right now because you're manifesting great, great things into your life. Like 10 of Cups, Ace of Wands, I can't, it's so good. The Star, 6 of Wands, it's so good, Gemini. You know, and not throwing shade at you guys, but I mean, I'm raising 2 Geminis and I lived with a Gemini, so I've seen it happen. The pattern happens time and time and time again. You get something really good in your life, and then either you don't think that you deserve it in some way, shape, or form, or somehow you seem to sabotage it. Some things you can hold on to really, really, really good. But sometimes when good things come into your life and you recognize them as really good things, it's almost like a child getting a hamster for their birthday and they love on that hamster so much that they kill it. They smother it to death because they're loving on it so hard. Am I wrong? So when the thing comes, when the victory happens, when the rising above, when you realize that this karma is now being removed from your life because you've learned your lesson, the next big thing comes in. Don't smother it to death. Don't do it. Don't love it until it's dead. Just pet it nicely. Like, pet the hamster nicely. Yeah? I'm going to get some comments on that. People are going to be like, what are you talking about? I don't know. I've seen it happen so many times. I love you guys so, so much. 2019 personal readings are available for purchase. Go to my website, fearlessintuition.net. You can get a 6-month or a 12-month for a limited time. When they're gone, they're gone. Somebody asked me, are you going to release some more? Maybe at the end of the year. I haven't decided yet. But for right now, when they're gone, they're gone. So, get yours before. And the reason why I've released it so early is because I want to make sure I get all of them out until the end of the year. Because the 12-month one is probably going to be like an hour and a half long, 2 different videos. So that's why I did that. I was using Virgo logic. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. I love you guys. Have a wonderful beginning of November. I'll see you for the Love Soulmate readings and the second half of November. Bye.